Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear Workshop. My name is Pat Bear. I'm here to build a couple model kits. I'm also here to hang out with all of you. And I'm going to start things off by throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, the Tier 2 Blue emote into chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes. If you feel like being a lurker and you don't want to say anything at all, yeah, just hang out. You just lurk. That's okay. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. It's a Saturday night, and we're working on some model kits. We're going to finish up the Nadleeh, the kit with a weird beard, and then we're going to start the Nobell Gundam, which is the Berserker mode of the Nobell Gundam. We have previously built the traditional Nobell Gundam high grade in the past, the Sailor Scout Gundam, and I didn't even know that they were reissuing the Berserker, the Berserker mode of the Nobell. But they put out the reissue. I ended up pre-ordering it, and then it came to me this month. Very excited to work on that. The Nobell is a special place in my heart. G Gundam has its problems. We were just talking about the other day, but the Nobell rules. You may also recognize the Nobell as the Noble Gundam, because in the English dub of G Gundam, they just called it Noble instead of Nobel. Now, does it have two L's or one L? Some boxes say one L. Some boxes say both L's. This box says the Nobel is spelled Nobell. So we're going with that. We're going to go with that spelling. We'll look at it when we go to the overhead camera. You can see it here. That it says Nobell. So we're going with that spelling because that's what it says on the box. The Berserker mode. The Berserker mode, if you may remember, is the mode where suddenly Allenby gets way stronger than she was previously, but she also is like a berserker in that she doesn't have necessarily control of her faculties. It's a real RPG-ass thing to be in G Gundam. But it basically just is like, she gets extra strong. She does not want that to happen. She would like to win or lose matches with her own talents. It's part of why Allenby is kind of a bummer character. Because people will say, oh, we'll get into this. We're almost done with this kit, by the way. People will say, oh, well, there's a love triangle. And it's like, not really. Like, she kind of has a crush on Domon, but like, it's nothing. She's not in the show long enough for it to be a fucking, like, for that to really be a thing. And she's just a tragic second heroine, which is a shame. Like, there's not much, it's like, there's not much there. And, the show does have to balance a lot of its fighting with the plot and, some amounts of romance in there. But even Domon and Rain, it's not like they go on dates or there aren't weird episodes where they're on dates, I guess I should say. I don't remember that. I mean, maybe there is, and I just don't remember it, but I'm pretty sure they don't mess around with that. All right, now how does this piece get connected here? We're working on the waist of this kit. There are stickers. Don't you worry about that. All right, so I think what I'm going to do, it's probably this is probably the only way this goes in. So yeah, we'll do it like that. Okay, so we got that there. And then we're doing the back piece, and then we'll put a sticker on it, and then do the front piece, and then put a sticker on it, and then actually several stickers go on it. This kit just loves fucking stickers. It loves color correcting stickers on the Nadleeh, I should say. But it's a good weird kit. I'm glad we built it. I've always wanted to build this kit. This was reissued as well. Weirdly enough, Bandai in the last several years has done a lot of reissues, especially in between G-Witch and the series that exists now. They did a lot of reissues in that time in between, which makes sense, right? Like, especially because Gundam Seed Forever, the movie, came out, and like they got to do new kits for that show because the movie and all that. And we also seen a bunch of kits from Seed and Seed Destiny start to appear, which again just makes complete sense because like the movie's out and people that have nostalgia for that series will hopefully buy model kits. Like that's the hope anyway. All right, so I want something that kind of looks like an upside down V. So we'll look for that. Again, I'm not skilled at all at recognizing symbols. Okay, it's this one here. It makes things a lot easier when when Bandai switched to just doing numbers that I can easily identify. They have made a kit where the Virtue Gundam can take off all its armor to reveal this, right? Yes. So yes and no. I'm fairly confident that there is a Virtue that is inside of this. It might be the kit where the back of that might be the other gimmick. That might be the other gimmick. Because there's the other Gundam from this show that has another Gundam that like lives on its back, and maybe that kit I'm thinking of here. So I think Lashbrook, I think there's a Virtue kit that has this inside of it. I'm pretty sure they made that. But yeah, this was just a thing that I never got around to working on. So I am happy to finally be building this kit because I've wanted to build the Weird Beard for quite some time. Let's see. I have not been. I do not know the exact date yet, or the exact time yet. But I can tell you that 2 weeks from yesterday, I will be streaming as part of the Plastic Model Weekender. I do not know when on that Friday I will be streaming, so I won't be. So the day before, that Thursday, which I believe is the 26th. The 26th I won't be streaming, but the 27th I'll be streaming on the Plastic Model Weekender feed, and so I hope people will come to that. And I've mentioned it before, but I have an idea of what I'm doing for that stream, which is customizations, upgrades of kits. Should be fun. I did a tech test to make sure that my the streaming setup is all working for there. I have to move my camera. I had to do two things for this tech test to make sure. You know, I do these things a lot. I have to move my physical camera to the other side because the way the layout works, the overlay works, there will be information where I currently am. So I have to move myself over, which is fine. It's not, you know, I prefer to be in this side, but it's okay. I can just be on the other side. No big deal. So I had to like make sure that all worked out right. All right, so let's see. This kit has, I believe, 4 stickers on this piece. So we'll put this in, and then we'll do the stickers after that. All right, so it's here. Now there's a sticker here, stickers that go there, and 2 there. So yeah, okay. 4 stickers. Let's see. One of them is... but yeah, so I got set up for that. And the other thing I have to set up for that stream, which is different from my normal, is Discord overlay. I have to figure it out and do that. So I don't ever use this, but there is a widget where you could have a room that you belong in, like a voice room that you belong to in Discord, and you could have the names of people in that room show up on screen. Let me actually just make sure that nobody's in this. Oh no, there are people in this room, so I don't want to do that. Oh, there's only just one person. That's fine. He runs the thing. It's okay. So if I put this on here, Bad Gunpla shows up because he's in the room that I'm currently talking about. Bad Gunpla is Jason. He runs the whole thing. So he's in there. My name will be in there, and other people will be in there. And I forgot how to do that. I knew there was a widget out there. Completely forgot about how to get that widget to work. But that is a nice bit of business because it does mean that. Okay, so that's this sticker here. It does mean that if I have guests, because there will be somebody in there that is hosting the block that I'm a part of. There'll be somebody that's reading the donation things, you know, that come through and all that. So I was like, wanted to make sure that I got that information out there. This is is this not the right piece? These are the side pieces? These are the side pieces. Okay. These are the side stickers. So yeah, so I had to make sure that worked. So otherwise, I'm set. I'm good to go for 2 weeks. And then also, I spent part of today getting ready for my birthday stream, which is coming up. A reminder that is my 45th birthday extravaganza is a week from yesterday. I hope people will come out and see that stream. So I am not streaming next Saturday because I'm streaming next Friday to do this. But I hope people will come out to my birthday stream and see the shenanigans there. I'll be doing a bunch of things, and I hope people will come and see the goofs that I am doing on that stream. It should be a good time. More about that later, I am sure. The B-Day stream. Sorry, today was a busy day. I had some. I did a fiasco one-shot with some people. A friend of mine, I mentioned this I think before. A friend of mine is working on a scenario and had us run in it, and it was very fun. It was a good time. But that was supposed to be yesterday and then got rescheduled to today. And then I had some filming to do today as well, which I didn't do I should have done yesterday. That's on me. That's just me screwing up. When I realized that the thing I was going to do yesterday, I was doing today, I should have been like, okay, let me record these videos because they don't require a lot of time or energy. Like, honestly, my Kuma Baer videos, the hardest thing is listening to myself over and over again so I get the text right for the burned in captions, because I do burned in captions on my Instagram video for Kuma Baer, and it's under a minute of me talking, and I already know like what the first line and the last line is, because it's just like I start every video with it's YouTube Shorts. I don't know why I said Instagram. They're YouTube Shorts, but I start every video with, I'm Pat Baer, and this is this is Kuma Baer, your weekly anime recommendation. And then I end with, something about like where you can find it. And you can find me here next time for another anime recommendation on Kuma Baer. And that's how I start and end every single video. And the fact that I was like it's not a lot, but I still have to put in all the captions. That takes up more than the videos. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to record videos. I said this on Friday. I was like, I'm going to wait until today, which was Saturday. So I had a busy day, but I got those videos recorded. The first one took forever because it's a unusual situation where I'm recommending a show that I don't think is particularly that good, but is interesting. And I think it is, it's good to watch some flawed media, especially if you want to be comprehensive about a subgenre. So if you want to, in this case, if you want to talk about mech shows, it's good to watch a mech show that might not be that great, that might be like, oh, this is a good premise, but the execution's bad, and a critical eye, I think is nice to have. Now, if you're just looking for the next thing to watch, and you just want it to be good because you don't want to waste your time on things that aren't good, then I totally understand. That's a different thing. But if you're like, oh, I really like this genre, I think it's sometimes good to look at the things from that genre that are flawed or failed, or, why don't I like this? Or why is this show that I don't think is particularly good still engaging? Why am I willing to give this the benefit of the doubt? I think that's important. So I talked about a show that I'll be, that the video got next week. And then I recorded one for a show that I think is very cute and fun. That is definitely, I mentioned this earlier, it's the only anime I've ever recommended that the easiest way to watch it is to watch it on Pluto TV. Because it just happens to be on Pluto TV. I don't know what else to tell you. That's the easiest way to watch it, is watch it with ads on Pluto. Because just the way the licensing's panned out. which still makes it easier than, like I said earlier on another stream, it's still easier to watch than The Big O, which you cannot watch anywhere legally streaming within the United States. Cannot watch that anywhere, again, legally, of course. But that's what I try to recommend, shows that you can watch. This month, I recommend a show that's on Pluto TV. They'll come out later. And also a show that the best way to watch it, legally, of course, is by buying episodes on Apple TV. And I hate that too. I hate that as well, that is the easiest way to watch that legally. But I do not talk about, in that series, I do not mention archives or anything of that nature. I just choose not to. Nobody asked me not to do that. It's just my choice not to do that. Because I want to recommend things that are accessible, and I also want my recommendations to reach the highest amount of people possible, without compromising the names of the shows. Because my shows, some of the shows that I recommended get buried because they have like death or dead in the title, and a lot of services don't like to see those words. But I am not going to rename I'm not going to call an anime by the wrong name just because of that. You know, I am not giving into the unalive nonsense. Hey, Lord Crashes, I'm going to say Dead Mount Death Play or whatever, or, you know, like, I'm going to say the names of those shows and not do some other weird version of it. I wouldn't call them, you know, I wouldn't be like, oh, on a live note, which I have, this was not the title of something, but I did see a video where someone was having a conversation about a show and said out loud Death Note, but the caption said on a live note. And it said on a live in parentheses at least, or in quotation marks, let's say, at least. But they did censor their own captions to be inaccurate in order to escape the possibility of demonetization, which is just sad to me. It continues to be sad. Lord Kretz says corporate censorship. Indeed. It is. It is corporate self-censorship, right? Because it is that these things get demonetized, but also we don't know. On a live unluck actually kind of works though. Yeah, Lashbrook, that does kind of work. The thing is, we don't know that, right? We have convinced ourselves that certain words and phrases get demonetized, but also maybe your stuff isn't popular. Maybe that's it. Maybe the stuff that you make isn't reaching people for any number of reasons, but you have focused on, well, I want to make sure I do this. Like, people that chase trends like that, I don't have any room for it, right? Like, I just don't have, like, I don't know. Like, I understand people got to earn a living, but these aren't people that are earning a living. These are people that are chasing a living, right? And that's a different story. If you have, like, well, I have employees and I have a business and I made my money on this platform and now this platform has changed things, so I have to chase the trends to keep my platform. I'm like, get your space on the platform. I'm like, yeah, I get that. You got to work. You got to do it. But if you're like, I'm trying to blow up on this service, so I'm going to play by the rules, and it's just like, you don't have to do that. If you are popular, they will not care. And how do you get popular? Nobody actually knows, and don't pay anyone money to find out. That's the biggest scam out there. It's a great scam. It's a unbelievably good scam. Like, I've got this program that if you want to earn X amount of dollars, if you want to do this, you got to get my program. It's just like, no, that's how that person's making money. They only got popular enough to start selling things to then continue to do things. I get not wanting suicide and death videos on YouTube, but plenty of normal media stuff has words like that in the title that shouldn't be thrown out with the bad stuff. Yes, Lord Christian, that's what I was saying. The fact that I'm not gonna, when I make a YouTube short about an anime I like, I am not going to change the name of the anime's title just because it won't do well. And that includes words that they don't like, but it also includes words and languages that I don't speak and normally don't talk about. So if there's an anime that does not have an English title, does not have an English translation, right? is just the Japanese words. Then, like, if I wanted to talk about season 2, hey, it's good. It's actually not as good as the first season, but there is a show this season that I might want to talk about as one of my 5 favorite shows of the spring season. But I don't know if I'm gonna do that because, like, maybe I don't want to deal with, like, if I make a video called Aharon-san Wakaranai Season 2. Aharon-san Waka. See, it's hard to say. That's not why I wouldn't want to make a video about it, but Aharon-san Wakaranai is just the Japanese name for it. But I don't make video content about Japanese with Japanese words in the titles. So it might not hit the same amount of people that it normally would. So I should not make that video. There's a bunch of other reasons why I wouldn't do it. And I said the main reason I wouldn't do it is because it's not one of my 5 favorite shows of the season. And also, it's not as good as the first season. It's fine. It's very... One of the issues throughout the spring anime season is there are a bunch of sequels seasons that I'm just like, yeah, that's more of this. Okay. We're finally at the part where Windbreaker season 2 is really kicking off. But mostly the second season of Windbreaker has just been more Windbreaker, which is good because Windbreaker is a really good anime, but it's just now hitting the part where things are picking up and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, let's do this thing. All right, so I'm going to save this weapon and I'm going to save this shield. These are going to go into the pile. That is a thing that you may have heard that I am doing for Plastic Model Weekender. Put that right there. That I'm doing for Plastic Model Weekender, where I have a bunch of accessories and weapons and such to put on a kit. That is one of the things to better a kit. All right, let's get the Nobell over here. There's the Nobell. We got our Nobell just hanging out. We'll put it right there in the corner. We are starting the Nobell tonight. Again, it was very, very happy that this kit, 1, got a reissue, and 2, I was able to pick that reissue up and get it, that I had the money at the time that it was available. Very happy about that because I've always wanted to build. I've built the Nobell on stream, and I also built the Nobell around the time that G Gundam was out. But I've never built this version, the Berserker, which again is a re-release that came out this year of a kit that came out in 2010. And so I've talked about this before. It's good to just remind people what this means. This is a kit from 2010. That doesn't mean that this plastic is from 2010. It means the design is from 2010. So this is new plastic, but it's using the old molds and it's using the old design techniques. It's not from the ground up built up. It's just a reissue of that. So it has a slightly different box and then the plastic. So this plastic was printed probably last year, honestly, because it is a reissue. It probably didn't get printed in 2025. This is probably a 2024 plastic. But again, it is just a reissue of that there. A lot of the kits I build are reissues, but I never know when they were reissued. You can kind of find out sometimes. There are ways to kind of track down when those reissues came out. Often it's word of mouth, or you can find Twitter posts from Gundam Planet and the like about those things, just in. You can sometimes find that out, or blog posts. You can sometimes do the math. Reddit occasionally will tell you, oh, this is when this got reissued. So you can kind of do a little bit of sleuthing to figure that out. And then sometimes I do get old kits that are that old. That's more rare, but sometimes I'll buy a kit that I assume is a reissue, but then the box has 6 stickers layered over and over it, and it's not wrapped like a normal kit. It's wrapped in like someone did their own packaging for it, because that's how they did it at their stores. And you can tell this is just a kit that moved around from store to store and eventually ended up on Amazon. because they had like 3 of them, so they put them up on Amazon. That is not, that again, that's not that often we see it, but we do see that on occasion. All right, so I need to do it like this. I think that goes in like that. No, it would have to be on the other side, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right. It would go like this, I think. No. Huh. Okay, yeah, it does go like that. All right, great. No polycaps on this kit, so no rubberized plastic. These are all just regular plastic fitting in there. Which for 2010, it's kind of interesting. You don't normally see that in 2010. There is a Berserker Gundam kit that came out in the 90s, but this is the 2010 version of it, which is a better version, as I have been led to believe that this is the superior version to that kit. And you can kind of maybe tell because the range of color on this is really striking and good, and this purple is metallic purple. This should read pretty well on camera. It's striking in person. The difference between this, these different colored plastics, and also the hands are all like fake chrome. I forgot she got the peace sign. We got the peace sign hands. We'll have to use that. We'll have to use the peace sign hand because that's just iconic. But yeah, there's a lot of good detail to this, and the colors really pop in a way that I'm very happy about. I've been looking forward to working on this kit. Will definitely be done before Plastic Model Weekender, but this is certainly going to go into the pile to optimize because I would love to add glitter to this. I would hate to put battle damage on it, but maybe I will have to put some battle damage on it. And then I would also hate to, most of the things that are on my list of things to do would be rough. This goes here. This is going to go into C18. Wait. Is this not A12? This might not be A12. I might have just pulled the wrong piece out of there. Let's see, what did I just pull? No, that's A12. Oh, okay, it goes like that. That's how it goes. Okay. There it is. It goes like that. Okay. Oh, it snaps in place. Great. And then the neck has a sticker on it, so that's weird. You don't often see stickers on the neck piece. So that's always an odd thing. But yeah, I am excited to work on this this here kit. As soon as I saw it was up for pre-order and realized, oh, I have the funds to put in a pre-order for that, and it was late in the pre-order cycle, so I only had it in for a little while before it came out. Very happy. Also, I haven't bought anything from Gundam Planet in a while, so it was nice to support Gundam Planet, who are out there doing their best, just like everybody else is in this climate. C18. We're going to C18. Goes sticker that is like... Which sticker is this one? It looks kind of like the letter I. It's this sticker here. Now I'm going to make the photo really big so I can look to see where that line is. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's around the neck. It's like a little collar. That makes some sense. Let me look at this photo here. Yes. Okay. So this goes like this. Sure, I put this on right. Yeah. Okay. So this goes like this. The neck here. And then Might be better to just do this and then put it in place. I do like the Sailor Moon vibes as well. Yeah, so like it's not that it's a Sailor Moon kit. Again, Lord Crash, I think that is totally reasonable to make that connection, right? It's that both of these kits, both this kit and the uniforms in Sailor Moon have the same inspiration, which is the sailor uniform, schoolgirl outfit, heightened to the nth degree, but it still has the same basic structure there. The influence is the same, but I do understand that is shorthand for a lot of people. That when they think of the sailor uniform in anime, they think of the Sailor Scouts and Sailor Moon, and why wouldn't they? Of course, that's totally reasonable to think that way. We got to do our backpack here, which has some stickers on it. A35. Not a lot of stickers here, but just a lot of them are color correcting that we'll see on parts of this kit here. So we need A35, which is this piece here. Again, really lovely colors, really nice chrome effects on these pieces here. Oops, gotta get this snipped off here. Let's see. There's some not much new stuff. Obviously, Saturday evening stuff here. We're getting some things that came out on Friday, but often there's not a lot of Friday news other than there weren't any layoffs on Friday that were announced. It's to the point where we know about them. I'm sure there still could be some, unfortunately, but right now I don't have the names of any of those. But we do have a little bit of information about the the tentative agreement between the SAG-AFTRA. We know a little bit about it. It went for about a year with the IMA. We can say a little bit here. It has not been ratified yet, but that is on the voting block, and we will know sooner rather than later if that comes through. Okay, so which sticker do I need? I need sticker that looks like this. So that's this sticker here. It's one of these stickers here. Oof, this is tough. Okay. So I'm going to say it's yeah, it's this one. Okay. Again, tiny thin stickers that we are applying here, and we're going to just do our fucking best. Get the toothpick out. I've really started to like using this toothpick to smooth out instead of using my X-Acto blade. X-Acto blade for removal and application seems real good, and then using the using this to kind of fold it in has been real good. Find where we need to put it, and then using the toothpick to kind of press it down, because that way I'm not pressing down with a blade, which gets the job done, but does feel a little bit like a risky business, because it might just end up dragging out the sticker. Okay. Again, this is just, part of the uniform. Then we need C120, C220, and then C21 and C221. We'll just leave this because I know I have another sticker real soon. And these are our rocket boosters here under the flap at the back of the neck of the sailor uniform. So let's see. New contract includes important guardrails against AI, such as the need to inform consent when developing AI tech and the ability for performers to suspend consent for digital replicas during a strike, effectively sending their digital counterparts to the picket line. So that one is huge. That is a big deal. So basically, they're saying if there is a strike, you can't replace me with AI, which is like, should be unconscionable in practice anyway, but now it's in fucking writing. Now it is a contract that says you can't just fucking, because I'm not available because of a strike, be like, oh, well, we have a digital version of you, so we're just going to use that. So that's great. We love that. Compensation gains include the need for collective bargained minimums covering the use of digital replicas, and higher minimums for what SAG-AFTRA calls real-time generation, which is when a digital replica voice chatbot might be embedded in a video game. So a lot of this is just like trying to make it so it's cheaper to just use a human. Like removing the competitive advantage financially of having this bullshit, because that is one of the reasons why it's in there, right? It's not just that it's new tech, it's that the idea of AI is that it will save the developer money. And so by ensuring that, well, if you want this contract, you ain't saving that money, you might as well just use a human because it's easier than your technology, which is, of course, bad right now. Secondary performance payments will also be required for studios to compensate performers when visual performances are reused in additional projects. That's also fucking awesome. That, you know, the AI stuff makes the headlines because it's important, but the fact that people can just reuse mocap, right? Like, there are wrestlers who get hired to do mocap for WWE, right? The last year there was DLC for a bunch of sports boys who are friends with Pat McAfee and on Pat McAfee's show. One of the guys, his mocap was done by Speedball Mike Bailey. There's nothing in Mike Bailey's contract, probably. Again, have I read that contract? No. But in general contracts, there wouldn't be anything that says they can't reuse his mocap for other performances, and they wouldn't have to pay him because they got that mocap. So if somebody else needs to do a move that they had for that, for this one-time football friend that they don't ever going to use again, they could just be like, oh, well, we have those cool moves from Speedball, so we'll just use them again. So that's excellent. Tentative agreement has already been approved by SAG-AFTRA National Board, and now union members can vote to ratify it. If ratified, it will provide a compound compensation increase at a rate of 15%, plus additional 3% increase in November 2025, November 2026, and November 2027. In addition, the overtime rate maximum for overscale performances will be based on double scale, which just means you keep people long, like especially vocal performances. Physical performances, of course, demanding overtime. That's rough. But if your voice is your meal ticket, then staying long and doing overtime needs to be compensated properly for that, because it's rough. It's rough. All these performances, same reason why voice actors want hazard pay and should get hazard pay for jobs that are auditorially incredibly demanding. It only makes sense to make sure that people are properly compensated for that. I need to get my handy dandy translator out here because I can't tell what this says, and it's good to know. So let's get the old Google Translate here and see if we'll do the camera and then see. Please use A1. If you want to make easier, use A1. I think this is saying you can use either backpack. I think this was saying is that these will be similar and I can use either one. I think that's what this is saying. I'll be able to tell in a bit. If you want to keep it closed. If you want to keep it closed, please use A, and it doesn't say what it is. Okay, that's what it is. We can choose if we want the backpack that has boosters or if we want the back that is not really a backpack version. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so A18 is this one, and this one is just the regular ass one. All right. That makes a lot of sense. Let's see. The full terms of the 3-year deal will be released June 18th alongside other ratification materials. Eligible SAG-AFTRA members will have until 5 p.m. on July 9th to vote for the agreement. So the full terms will come out. We'll find out by probably soon. Soon after July 8th, we'll find out if this has been ratified. I am sure there is something in here that people will be incredibly unhappy about, but there also will be some things in here that people will be cheering about. You just never fully know until it's in the hands, because again, I don't have access to this. I don't have this document. And everybody's a little different. There are people out there that are looking for things that, aren't even in consideration, We'll see. But this is great because it does set a precedent that, hey, you didn't do enough in the last strike for AI protections, and the video game folks know that better than just about anyone other than, regular voice actors in other things, other fields. I shouldn't have said regular there. My apologies. Voice actors who work in other fields know this very well, that AI is going to be fucking rough on them. So it's good to have that out there. It's good to have Fran Drescher out there when she's not talking about Israel, talking about voice actors in video games. So we've got the regular backpack version. We're going to use this one when this is together. We're going to do that. It would be silly of me to do the other one. I want to have these rockets on there. I guess if I wanted the quote-unquote cuter version, I would, but I want this version. All right, then I need B13, and then, of course, we need to put a bunch of stickers on this as well. So we'll get those stickers on here because we got to do our color correcting stickers. So we put B13 on here. Oh, come on. Come on. All right, now why are you there? You go. Okay, there it is. Nope, that's not fully connected. You can tell. There it is, and then oh, nope. Nope. Gotta line this up right. Trying to line this up correctly. Oh, is that it? There it is. That was annoying. But it did come together. Let's see. Yeah, so good news for voice actors in games. Let's see. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's Switch 2 upgrade apparently has broken, is a good upgrade in many instances, but has had an unforeseen situation that some fans are freaked out about here. And as you may know, it didn't really run particularly great on the Switch. So some people were very happy for there to be upgrade here. We got a technical upgrade. Let's see. Yeah, they just don't run great on the Switch. And it looks like things are solid, except though apparently the shiny rate has been affected. So some people are not happy about the new upgrade because it affects their shiny collecting. Which, you know, yeah, all right, I get that. I understand why you would be bummed about that if that's what you're in the end game of the game, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't run particularly great in instances because you've already played that game and now you just want to collect a bunch of shinies, and if that's been affected, like, I get that. I get why that would be a frustrating thing. I don't know where this piece goes. I don't know where this goes. That's, yeah, B13 goes in like that. Now, where does A16 and A15 go? A15 must go on the other side. Oh, A15 goes here. Okay. All right, I get that now. Okay. A15 goes like this. Okay, A15 goes like that. A16 goes like this. And then, yeah, because there's the little, yep, that goes on the back there. And then I need to line up some stickers along here to line up with the backpack there. This is all coming together and looking pretty good. So we'll get to my stickers here. Let's see. Let's see. Response. Most recent games. Free roam. See. An effect of the improvements of the game on Switch 2 is that more monsters are able to show up on screen at once, meaning that shiny hunting actually got a little easier. Which means that because there's more Pokemon on screen, that means that there's more chance that that of those Pokemon that there'll be the shinies showing up. So in some in aspects, the better version is a bonus for the folks that are shiny collected. A bunch of people are happy about that. And also, the Switch 2 means that load times are better, and that also will make things easier for folks. So it's all win, right? Everybody's happy. Everybody wins. Everything's good. But of course, if it's easier to find shinies, doesn't that decrease the value of shinies and how hard you had to work to get shinies? And of course, the people that say that are impossible to reason with because they have a insane philosophy that I can't get behind because none of it matters. There is no value to it. It's all just specs. It's all personal value. And if you're like, well, it took me twice as many hours as another person to collect these things, who cares? Sorry, but who cares? So yeah, the doom and gloom about this are from people who are just never going to be happy in anything they do. Basically, it's just like, it's a value, like, it's reducing the value of shinies because now it's easier to get them. And it's just like, all right, well, fucking relax. I don't know what to tell you. I don't think anything would make you happy. Remember when encountering a shiny Pokemon was a mythical moment you'll never forget, is a thing that someone said. And it's just like, oh, you have nostalgia for weird shit. I feel bad for them being able to get shinies. Yes, back in my day, you had to work for it, and it felt good. They value from them completely lost when Game Freak started giving them out for free back in XY just by going to a store and shiny locking you. So basically, this person is just like, well, yeah, they lost value when you could just go to a store and get shinies. It's just like, oh, okay. I mean, they don't have any value at all, and they've never have, and they never will. But okay. I don't know. Okay. All right, so There's more text here that I cannot read. And so I'm going to use my translator to hopefully help me out here. What are we saying here? Select and paste. Select and paste. Looks like I have two different options for what goes on our ribbon here. We got our chest ribbon here, and we have two options for that. So we'll go and look at that and figure out which one we want to put on there. Our chest piece here, again, we're going to use the flap there that has the rockets because that's just fucking cooler. So let's see here. What do we got? We've got just a circle or a circle that is like, yeah, all right. We'll put this on there. Yeah, that's good. That's all I need there. Yeah. And then we'll put this on like that. And that looks fucking rad as hell. That's the chest done. Lots of stickers. We got, of course, a good amount of stickers will have to go on the head as well. We've already gotten some stickers on here. But yeah, let's apply the let's apply some marker. Make this look good. Camera's gonna shake a little bit. My apologies. Let's see. We need gray here and black. Again, slow news. My apologies. Slow news here. Saturdays are always a little light on news stuff. Apparently, there's some fucking shit that needs a hotfix in Dune Awakening. Helicopters can just fuck up some shit in a way that apparently was not intended, and that's cool. You should have had AI give you some more news. Yes, you're right, Lord Crashton. Should have gotten some more news there. Let's see. So apparently, apparently the ornithopters, which I'm just going to call helicopters from now on. My apologies that I'm not using the lore-accurate term, but I'm just going to keep referring to them as helicopters. Helicopters that are shaped like dragonflies. They're one of the many vehicles players can build that serve as both a resource and an end goal of sorts. They require a lot of equipment and resources to craft if you're playing solo, which is why most of them belong to players working in groups. And they're apparently pretty indestructible. And so basically, people are using them to ram into players because they will survive the damage. Yes, sorry, Lore Crashing, that I'm not being lore accurate by calling them helicopter instead of their name that is basically just helicopter. But yeah, so people are basically just dive bombing players with this because the helicopters will survive and you won't, which is not a fun experience for people. Apparently, that's a bad player experience to be crushed by a helicopter constantly. And apparently they're calling it Goomba stomping, which is very good. That's just what the community is calling that. So somebody named Bombay18 on Reddit shared a video of them repeatedly being attacked by multiple helicopters. Shooting them down doesn't do anything because, as I said, they're basically indestructible. At one point, he tries to wall jump off a ledge and stab one. And it was replied to, this person's post was replied to by the game director, who says, "We have people working on fixing the Goomba stomping ASAP." So apparently they're going to try to fix this shit. And I assume the way to fix that is that the copters don't do damage to people. Just make it so You are impervious to damage from them. I guess that's the only way to fix that. I don't know how else you fix it, but that seems to be, in my mind, how you do it. Apparently, since beta testing last year, players have had mixed thoughts on these things. Apparently, they can shoot missiles. And also, they make traversal, like, obviously way easier. But they're supposed to be hard to get, but then, you know, people have figured out ways to get them. So it just becomes a nightmare for players. So yeah, so we don't know how they're going to fix it, but they are planning on doing something. One people said just make it so that vehicles can't be used as weapons. Make it so that they can't be in PvP areas. Make it so that guns do more damage to them. Or make it so that crashes do damage to the vehicles. Who knows how easy or difficult any of those solutions are, or if they have another solution in mind. But yeah, it does seem like that's not like there's nothing you can do about it. If you see a copter and it wants you dead, you are dead, and that is not fun. That is not a fun player experience. You know, even if you're already fine in PvP, it's like, yeah. Somebody said, like, yeah, I get, like, I'm going to PvP. I expect to die. I do not expect to be taunted by helicopters. And it was like, yeah, I think that's reasonable to not want to be fucked with by helicopters. I think that is a completely reasonable thing in your video game. That's maybe not why you got into the game, was to fuck around like that. I get it. I understand. The game isn't out yet. It's just, I believe maybe it's out on PC. Oh no, it did launch. It did launch on PC this week. I'm sorry. It's not out on consoles yet, but it is on PC. And people seem to like it. Yeah. Seems like they have over 100 and something thousand people playing, again, just on PC. And then apparently they are, they're doing it on PC first to figure shit out, and then it'll come to consoles next year, sounds like. Which, good for them. Hopefully they work out some of the bugs. All right, let's get this, before we take our pause for the cause, let me get this sticker in here. Let's get this sticker going. Maybe. There it is. Gotta get this sticker on piece here. And then one more sticker that will maybe make me impossibly angry to put on here. Because sometimes sometimes the eye stickers just don't want to go on. And it's really frustrating. But that seems to be okay. Let me just double check, make sure. Okay, great. All right, so then I need A28 and B15. A28 is going to be over here. 24, 28. And I'll put on the mouth here before I put on the eyes, because sometimes it's easier to do that. Tiny mouthpiece here, very small. Gonna get that out of here. Get this on here, and we'll take a pause for the cause, talk about ways you can support the channel and all that stuff, and then talk about some anime. I didn't talk about the anime shows I'm watching on Thursday, so I will be doing that tonight. Lord Crashton wants to be the dance button. I will use the dance button. I will hit the dance button in just a moment here. Let me get this piece on first, and then I will hit the dance button. Thank you for using your channel points for something like that. But yeah, I didn't talk about the anime on Thursday, so we will have to talk about the action and the like. What went down and all that. But yeah, I'll have 3 anime to talk about, and then I'm going to talk about Gundam, Once Upon a Witch's Death, and Catch Me at the Ballpark. And then I will on Monday I will talk about Rocket's latest Modesty, Lazarus, and Apocalypse Hotel on Monday. But then I did, yeah. So I just kind of split them up there because I want to talk about. I might talk about Catch Me at the Ballpark first, just because that episode I watched it today and it's really fun. It's such a good vibes, even even if it it's not always good vibes throughout the whole thing, but like I don't know, there's just something about it that really was an excellent episode. So I might just talk about that first because I have negative things to say about the Gundam episode, in some ways. In general, I'm just down about it mostly. It's not even this episode per se, it's just in general. I don't know. Just not really into this Gundam series, and that's a shame. I owe you a dance. Don't worry about it, Lord Crash. And then let me just get this sticker on, and then I'll hit the dance button. I will get to you. I just want to get this sticker on because it's a pain in my ass. There we go. Eye sticker on. Now after the second hour, I don't have to put stickers on. I don't think I have any stickers left. Yeah, there's only like one sticker left, and I think that goes on the waist. So I think I'm good on stickers. Oh, there's 2 stickers left. But yeah, I think I'm good on stickers for a bit, which is great. We love it. We love that. Really quick, make sure. Oh yeah, that is a better sticker. You know what? They're right. This is a better sticker. Try to put this one on. This is the better sticker that goes on the chest piece here. So I should put that on instead of the smaller one. Yeah, that's a better sticker. They're right. The photo used this sticker, and they are right to use that one. It's better than the other one. Okay, yeah, there's only 1 sticker left, so hopefully I think that's later in the kit, so we don't have to worry about that right now. We can take a break on stickers. Good. Thank you for using your channel points, Lord Crashing, and here is the dance button. Thank you for pressing the dance button. Whoops, that's not the dance button. I fucked up. That's not the dance button. That's the dramatic transition button. I really screwed up. And there's no good way to... Oh, there we go. Yeah, all right. Thank you for using your channel points. That was a different dance, you're right. That's the dramatic button. I hit the wrong button. Jeez, I got all kinds of out of sorts there. My apologies. Thank you for using your channel points for something silly like the dance button. Now is the part of the stream where I'm going to talk to you, that's right, you, about ways that you can support the channel and what I do here. Everything I'm going to talk about here is optional. You are under no obligation to do any of these things, but if you would like to, that would be great. First things first, if you are currently a subscriber to the Build with Bear, the streams, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. So if you want to subscribe, that would be great. If you want to be the first person this month to gift a sub, you could do that right now if you wanted to. You could, join the gift sub leaderboard. Let me see. Is this promotion still going on? Is that promotion still happening? Yes. There is still time. If you want to save money and get like a bunch of gift subs, because I think the minimum is 5, but if you want to gift out a bunch of gift subs, you can save money by doing that. So consider doing that. 2 hours left, says Lord Cratchit. Yes, so there's still time left on that promotion if you want to get on that. My goal is to get to 40 subscribers. I'm currently at 25. My birthday, excuse me, birthday subathon, the first cool thing unlocks at 30 subscribers. So if you wanted to subscribe for that, you could. You could throw some stuff my way. That would be fun. get me there so that we start the stream with me making myself in WW2K25. So you could do that if you wanted to. There are other ways to support me financially, but you're already here on Twitch, so that's probably the easiest thing. If you would like, you could join me on Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear. There's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. There are different rewards for different tiers. Consider joining me on Patreon. Over on Patreon, tomorrow, my second half of the month schedule will go out. So if you want to see what that schedule is before other people get to see it, that might be a good thing to do. You don't gotta, but if you wanted to, you could find out that stuff over there. And join me on Patreon. I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/PatBear. Over on my YouTube channel, of course, it is and always has been completely free to subscribe. YouTube subscriptions are free over there. If you want to become a member, though, for just $2 a month, you can become a member over on my YouTube, and you get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. So the show that I said is I think is interesting to watch, even if it's not a great anime that'll go out for everybody next Wednesday. You can watch that on Tuesday, so that's pretty good. You should check that out. That's pretty good. It's pretty all right. You should see how that goes. If you want to support me financially, but you don't want to do a monthly thing, because those are all monthly ways to support me, you could, if you wanted to, throw $1 or $2 in my PayPal or my Ko-Fi, the tip jar. Everything I make through direct donations, through YouTube, which includes AdSense, so watching my videos helps me out, through Patreon, through Twitch, all goes into a fund, and out of that fund, I pull money out to buy model kits. This kit, I was happy enough to be able to pick up the Berserker mode of the Nobell Gundam because of your generosity. Past you is helping out present me, so if you want to help out future me, consider subscribing on one of those many ways. Now, I've mentioned this before. I'll keep fucking mentioning it. My birthday is coming up. I got my birthday stream on the 20th. My actual birthday is on Monday, June 23rd. If you would like to support me on my birthday, a way to do that is to buy me a birthday present by buying something off my Amazon wish list. Over on my wish list, I got model kits and Lego sets, inexpensive kits, expensive kits. Oh, it looks like the Planeswalker jigsaw puzzle has gone up in price. That's a shame. $13, still not a bad deal for 500-piece jigsaw puzzle. Let's be real. But yeah, if you see something there on this here list and you're like, I'd like to see Pat build that, pick it up and I'll put it together. I haven't built a Lego Ninjago in a long time. And I got a cool looking little mech there, like a Sakura mech that looks neat. I'd like to build that. I got model kits and Lego sets, inexpensive things, very expensive things. But yeah, if you see something there and you think like, it'd be neat. Like, oh yeah, I'd like to have Pat build the Jacked Duga from Char's Counterattack. I'll pick that up. $25, sure. That's a good price for a high grade. I'll get that, and Pat can build it on stream. Like, that's the thing you could do if you wanted to. If you don't want to, don't do it. And that's also pretty easy. But yeah, if you see something there you'd like to see me put together and you want to make that happen, if you want to get me a Valkyrie, the Batroid Valkyrie from Macross, you could get me a Macross kit. That would be pretty fucking cool. I've never built one of those on stream. But yeah, if you see something there you'd like to see me put together, you could pick that up, and then that will happen. I have a wish list on Throne. That is my Amazon alternative, because it's nice to have alternatives, so you could always go to Throne. And if you want to support me financially, but it needs to be incredibly convoluted and require a lot of steps, here's how to do it. Go to USA Gundam Store. At USA Gundam Store, you can buy a gift card. They will send you an email with a gift card code. Then you can send that gift card code to me via a whisper on Twitch, or a DM on Twitter, or Blue Sky, or Mastodon with that gift card code. And then I will use that gift card code to purchase something from USA Gundam Store. And it'll be just like you bought it off my Amazon wish list. You can even be like, hey, Pat, I saw this on USA Gundam Store. You should pick that up. And then I probably will, because that sounds cool. Those are all ways to support me that include money. If you want to support me in a way that does not include any money, you can always go And join my Discord. It's a cool place. We'd love to have you in the Discord. It is a chill spot on the internet. A couple of video links for you to check out. I will have a new episode. Oh, we're recording a new episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club on Tuesday. The most current episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club is a video that I put out this week, and it's me talking about the wonderful subgenre girls doing things and how it's had a resurgence. This season has been killer for it. We've had so many good shows about girls doing things. I didn't even include all of them in the video, just the ones that stood out to me. Girls that are chasing down food or taking learning about the locale via photography and video. All kinds of stuff. Girls in a rock band together, like all kinds of things. Girls that are various mythological creatures, fantasy creatures that all live together because they think of one character as either their mom or the girl they're in love with. Whatever. It's very fun. But you should check out that video there. And then Kuma Baer is my weekly anime recommendation series. This month is Mecha Month, so I'm recommending shows that are involve mechs. And I talked about the very good show, the show that brought me to the dance. One of the reasons I am doing this stream, Gundam Wing. It feels silly to recommend Gundam Wing, but it's so important to what I do. It's what made me fall in love with model kit building in the first place, which is why I'm doing a model kit building stream. So I might have fallen in love with a different Gundam series or a different mecha series at some point, I'm sure, but that was the one that I watched and was mesmerized, and I was like, oh, this is very fucking cool and scary, and this is my entry point, and now I want to learn more about Gundam, and I want to know more about these dangerous mechs, and also, these model kits don't require I don't need glue, because before that, when I had built, like, cars, you had to use, like, glue or cement, but you didn't need that. Snap model kits, unbelievable. Opened a door. Gundam Wing, incredibly important for me. So I recommend it. It's just, again, sounds silly to say, but that sometimes Kuma Baer recommendations are sometimes things that are very fucking obvious. Like, sometimes it's just like, I don't know, you should watch this show that is incredibly important. Like I still haven't recommended Cowboy Bebop yet, but at some point I'm gonna recommend Cowboy Bebop because, like, I don't know, it'll fit into a category of something that I want to talk about at some point. I guess, yeah, 90s, I guess, and then when I do in December, when I talk about the 90s again, will probably come up in conversation at some point. If you don't know, July, I talk about the spring 2025 season. In August, I talk about the chillest of chill. Like, these are chill slice of lives, my favorites. In September is Isekai month, because I want to talk about Isekai. I think last September's theme was Isekai as well. That's right. Yeah. So I'm talking about Isekai. October is the summer 2025. November, I changed. November last year was... it's shows I didn't think I would like. That's right. And then December is 90s. I changed one category one of these months. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was 2000s. I don't remember, but yeah. God, yeah. Shows I already have for November. I already have two, because I thought of two that, like, although one of them I might cover this month, because I didn't get on board Apothecary Diaries till this season, the second season. So it might be one of my favorite shows of this season because it's really fucking good. But I might save it for November when I talk about the shows that I didn't think I would like. Because I didn't think I would. I bounced right off the first episode and didn't give it a shot. And then everyone was talking about how fucking good that show was, and I was like, shit, I might have bounced too early. And it turns out, yeah, I did. Apothecary Diaries are fucking rules. I fucked up. Like, that's one of my favorite shows of the year. So I probably should talk about it at some point this year. So maybe it'll be next month, or maybe I'll wait until November to talk about then. I don't know. But I do know that I'm going to talk about some anime that I've been watching. So we are going to go dramatically transition the overhead camera, get the right music cue playing. I will drink some water. I will continue to work on the head of this kit. And then I will be, I will do this dramatically with some music cue right now. All right, let's talk about some anime while I build the head of this cool model kit. So I am going to jump to talking about Catch Me at the Ballpark because this episode fucking was so fun that I really just want to talk about it. So we're going to talk about it because it's my stream. So usually episodes of Catch Me at the Ballpark are like 3 little mini stories. Generally, they are 3 stories. And they're all connected. It's about a girl, Ruriko, who is a beer girl. She sells beer to people at a minor league Japanese baseball park. They have a home team, the Motor Sons. They are not particularly good as a team, but this year they've been solid. Ruriko has a guy, regular customer, that she flirts with a lot, and it's fine. There are other characters. There are players on the team we've learned. There's a wife and a girlfriend of players. There's a mascot. Last episode, we found out the mascot is a former player who got injured and became a mascot, and that's incredible. We've had some fun with the fact that there are 2 guys on the team that are from America, and they are and they have different dealings with the fan base and the other players. But I should also point out that neither of them is voiced by someone whose English is their first language, and it's very obvious. And so that is very funny to me every time we hear from them. But this episode, I should be clear, this episode, not 3 little stories, not like a bunch of disparate stories about these characters. This episode is all just one story because this is the last of a series, and the winner of this game goes on to the playoffs, which the Motor Sons have never been able to do. And if they beat the Sticks, they go to the playoffs, and everyone's fucking psyched about this. So this episode does have a little bit of silliness, but it's mostly just a very competent episode of a sports anime. It just, this kind of like fun sitcom just becomes a good sports show, like a good baseball anime. And it had me. Like, to me, if like the person that is here for the jokes and the good times and suffers through the like meet cute of 2 characters that should not be flirting with each other, because there's a employee-employer dynamic there that I don't enjoy. But for me, just to be like, oh yeah, I'm here for the goofs, but I am bought in for the drama. So they're playing baseball. They're up ahead. Things are looking pretty good. Motor Sons take the lead, but top of the 7th inning, one of the players, the pitcher is feeling, he's like kind of burnt out. He's been up there too long. Also, one of their lead scorers, Sishio, he got injured during the game and he's hiding it. But it's pretty obvious that like both of them aren't at their best. And the fans are starting to like the local fans are starting to like kind of get frustrated with Mitsuyo and Mitsui, and starting to like kind of jeer at him. But Ruriko is cheering. Our girl is cheering. She's an employee there, but she still loves the Suns, so she's going for it. And the crowd like kind of gets behind that, and so they're psyched about it. So everyone's kind of being positive. They get subbed out. Other players come in who we've kind of seen in the background, but we haven't focused on them. Everybody's working hard. They're playing baseball. They're doing their best. They just can't pull it off. They can't get back into it. No matter what they do, they can't tie things up and take the lead again, right? They just can't get ahead. And it comes down to the bottom of the ninth. They load the bases, and Kojiro comes up to bat. It's fucking happening. They're going to make this happen. Kojiro just found out that his old friend is the mascot, and he also is going to be a dad because his wife is having a baby. And there was a whole thing, a couple episodes where like she kept trying to tell him while he was in the game, and it was like it was a fun bunch of goofiness where it was like, lady, just wait. I know you want to tell him. I know that, but like fucking relax a little bit. This is the wrong piece. This is not 827, isn't it? Yeah. This is the wrong piece. This is the piece I need. It's very tiny. So he's up at bat. 2 outs. He hits the ball. It gets caught. The Sticks clinch the playoff play-in. They're going to the playoffs. The Motor Sons didn't pull it off. They did not make their dreams come true. They're not going to the playoffs. This is the best season they've ever had, but it ended here. But the fans appreciate how hard they played and how hard they worked. And the fans are not, the Motor Sun fans are still in it. They have not abandoned their team. They're still cheering them on. They're still very thankful for how it went. And Ruriko decides that she loves this ballpark more than she ever has before. And this is episode 11 of 12. It's not the last episode, because I'm sure there's going to have to push something next episode. But this one felt, I don't know, there was something in this episode I was like, you got me. I really like this. I already knew I really liked this one, but yeah, I really like this show. It's just really fun and cute. And they had me. Like, this romantic comedy show, I was like, oh, are they going to make the playoffs? Like, they'll probably lose in like early on, but like, this is going to be so huge for them. Like, they got me. They got me invested in a very silly thing and a very silly show. That's why I want to talk about it. I watched this today and I was just like, oh, wow, this is so fun. They had me. And I did not come into this thinking, oh yeah, this is definitely gonna be my, one of my, I could not have told you when the season started that this would be one of my favorite shows. I knew that it was going to be solid. I knew I was going to have a good time with it, but I definitely did not imagine that this would be one of my favorite shows of the season, because it is just like so fucking good. Now you may wonder, what's going on, Pat, with the back of this head? There's like a bunch of stuff here. That's because the hair has to attach, but we're not doing the hair yet, apparently. Apparently, we're moving on to the arms once we panel line this. But we can panel line it now, and then we move on before we add in all of the hair, which I'm not opposed to. So I'll get some panel lining in here as we finally talk about this fucking episode of Mobile Suit Gundam. It's almost like the show's almost over and they had to kick it into high gear with episode 10. There is one moment of the show that I thought was pretty fucking cool. But for the most part, this is just like a lot of stuff that I'm like, okay, all right. We'll talk about it though. I forget. Yamangatho? Yeah. Yamangatho, the fucking MacGuffin, Yamangatho, is like getting built to do its damn thing, which is the solar ray project that everybody wants the money to get, but apparently that's going to cause a huge, it's not actually for solar, it's for other stuff. It's the big thing they want to do. They're getting close to finishing it. Zeon's getting ready for it. We find out that from Chalia, that Chalia is that he's kind of like been disillusioned with Zeon and has his doubts about what's going on, and how he like more strongly with Char and Char, like what Char wanted to do. So that means that he gives Amate a gun and is just like, hey, do what you want to do. Like figure out your own truth, follow your own path. Which is like, okay. Kai Celia meets with Giran and Giran's crew. And it's just like, hey, somebody tried to kill me and y'all didn't do shit about it. I'm paraphrasing. And then it for a moment there, it looks like she is using some sort of force powers to murder all of them. It for a second there, I was like, is she a new type? Is she doing new type shit to these fools? No. Apparently they were all poisoned and the poison just kicks in, but it does for a moment. I did think that she was trying to kill all these fools with her mind powers. And I was like, well, that would be a left field thing that I could get into. That is not the case. Let's see. Kycilia takes control and attacks Giran's forces with Javier and Neon. Neon has a special mission from Kycilia. During all this, Shirozu escapes. If you remember, that character is escaped, so now more shit can happen with that. Kalia and Amate are going to try to stop the MacGuffin. Neon is controlling the Rose of Sharon via the G-Fred, and is going to send aims the solar array MacGuffin at a Xeon base, and it releases a massive nova, the Zek Nova, that pulls the base in and destroys it, which apparently kills everybody. And then Amate is fucking furious. And is furious that Rose of Sharon got used for this and wants to know who's piloting the G-Fred. Which we know who that is, and she doesn't. And she's going to find out in episode 11. So, obviously, big money spent on explosions. That's the budget for this episode. All this cool shit that goes down there. To me, the moment where I thought that a bunch of people were dying via force powers was the part that I was like, oh. But in general, man, I'm sure Neon and Amate having handguns now won't amount to anything at all, says Lashbrook. Yeah. Man, I want to like this show, and I don't. I don't like this show, and I want to. I think it is visually really interesting. I think it is well made. I think the music is good. I think the visual language of the fights, so much as they are in the early mobile suit battles, was like really engaging. But I don't really care what happens in it, and that's bad. I would like to care about these characters and what's going on with them, but it feels like this should be a 2-core. And this should be the second half of the 2-core. Like, I think I should have had, like, more episodes of Amate in just fucking battles. Like, in there's so many terms that I have lost the plot on. But yeah, I think that, like, putting getting new types in episode 2 is maybe too early for that. The Saikumu coming in. Yeah, like clan battles. That's the word. I was looking up the word. Remember when this show was about clan battles? That was episode 3. Like, I think this should have been a 2-core. I don't think you should in episode 10 be doing this. This feels like episode 20 or 22. I don't know. Last one says, I'm interested in all the Xeon stuff, but the new characters are underdeveloped. Why is anyone in love with Shuji at all? I doubt he even notices. Yeah, he's barely in it. This dude is like not around. Yeah, the Red Gundam pilot, right? Yeah. He shows up in episode 3, right? Or 4? No, 2 or 3, I think. And he shows, yeah. Yeah. The Black Tri-Stars should have been in 2 episodes, not 1. Like, that's what I'm saying. I feel like this show should have been a 2-core, and the fact that it's not is just bumming me out some. Sorry, but that's true. Speaking of show that speaking of show that I assume I'm going to be bummed out about. Episode 11 of Once Upon a Witch's Death, like, does not fill me with hope that our girl is going to live to finish the fight. I don't know how many. She needs to collect a bunch of tears of joy within the year to break the curse that she is currently under. And as far as I can tell, she is not near that number in any way, shape, or form, our girl Meg. She's been working on a purification spell for people that have been poisoned with mana. And she wonders if the time that she got it right, if it only worked because they both wanted to protect the world tree, and maybe that's why it worked out. And Jack, the researcher, is like, oh wait, we as magicians or as wizards and witches, we've been using spells, complicated spells over time. We rely on spells, but like past magicians must have used emotion. So there has to be a strong emotion involved in a lot of these things. Otherwise it won't work. Even though that was unreliable because it's so dependent on your mood and your thoughts and all that, based on evidence he had before, I guess. That's where he comes up with. Sierra, who is the boy that they are trying to save, is getting worse. They use the emotions of Jack over the death of his wife to fuel the spell. And for whatever reason, it doesn't work perfectly. Sierra is cured, but he also develops cat ears. And they do not know why. Meanwhile, another magical disaster is called a tsunami, because in the background of all of this, there is the fact that the magical realm and the Earth realm are in conflict on a nature level, and things are not going great for that. Sophie regrets they can't use. So we're going back to Sophie, who is the friend of Meg's first real friend. They can't use the bell to protect against the tsunamis because it doesn't work anymore. This bell used to work, and it just doesn't anymore. So they can't use the bell to protect the city. They're going to evacuate Aquamarine, but basically it's like, we're going to evacuate, but we basically, they assume that like most people who live there are going to perish. They're going to die in this. That is not going to work out. Meg realizes why the bell can't be run anymore. Because the person who used that in the first place, the person that used the bell, must have used a spell based on emotions, the thing that in this episode we just figured out. So, of course, it doesn't work the same anymore. It couldn't work the same anymore because they're not using emotions for it. And apparently, the symbols that are carved on the bell weren't part of a spell. They were just to focus the magic to make it more reliable. Because she loved Aquamarine, the city, so much. Meg ends up using all of the emotion she has stored up into the bell, which rings for the first time in over 100 years, and diverts the tsunami with a barrier. So she uses all her emotion, puts all her emotion into saving the city, and it seems to work. So I did this one correctly, but this one I have on backwards or around somewhere, and so it's not going to do a tight fit. But I also don't know how to get this out of how to pull this out. So I'm going to try it. There we go. I got to flip this around, I think. I don't know. I thought I put this in right, but apparently didn't, because it should do that. Okay, now that's right. Great, I did it. And this has to go in the back way here. We can do some of the arms at the same time, and then other parts we'll have to do one at a time. But we can start working on the arms one while I finish telling you about this episode. Sophie cries. The fact that Meg survived caused Sophie to cry, which is tears of joy, adding to Meg's collection. And Jack is like, I am going to I'm going to find a cure for your curse, which, again, we have one episode left in this, so hopefully he fucking does. But I also think maybe this girl just fucking dies at the end of the next episode. I don't know. I don't know where this goes. And as she leaves, the spirit of Tellus, the witch from 1,000 years ago, is watching her leave on the way back to her place, Lapis, the place that she is from. So this little mini arc of Jack and the researcher and running into the mother-daughter team that almost got sacrificed in a previous episode and all that. Bittersweet stuff here. Good little moment. Don't know why that dude got turned into a cat person, but did. Just a quirk of magic, I guess. And then, yeah, we would now wonder... I wonder if the next episode, which is the last episode, ends with this character being dead. I don't know. This is a show that I'm very intrigued by. I'm looking forward to finding out how it wraps up. This one, Apocalypse Hotel, which I'm slowly getting caught up with and have really enjoyed. That's a show that I'm still behind on, but I am trying to get caught up on it because it is really interesting to me. I'm really enjoying my time with it. Yeah, some shows I wasn't expecting to really dig this season have been really good, and some shows that I thought I would love are just okay. Lazarus is another one of those ones that's just okay. I really wish I liked it more than I do. Meanwhile, Rock is the Lady's Modesty, I thought would be cool, and it's fucking cool. It's way gayer than I thought it would be. I thought it would be another fucking, little bit of like a tease there, a little bit of a bait. But nah, that shit is gay as hell. And it's not problematic gay. It's like disaster gay, which is different and fine. It's one thing to be like, oh, we're just going to put in like a bunch of tragic romances here. We'll put in some characters like fucking Lazarus does with its introduction of a character who is queer, who is then dead by the end of the episode in a tragic sacrifice. So the other character, who we didn't know was queer, can be queer, but without a partner because their partner is dead. Hooray! It's having queerness without having to do any of the work for it. The peskiness of writing it and making it natural. Instead, we'll just not have it happen. Be it in the past. God damn it. Yeah, Lazarus is really fucking disappointing. The fight scenes are choreographed so well. The music is fucking phenomenal. The action stuff is great. But I'm just like, some of the names are really funny. Some of the voice or names for the characters is just silly. But then, like, it's got to have a plot. And I'm just like, oofta. God damn. Yeah, I don't know. Now is the part of the stream. We got some time left in the stream here, and I would like to hear from you, friends. I would love to know, what are you watching right now? What are you playing? What are you up to? What are you into? What do you got going on? What you do this weekend? What are you going to do tomorrow? You can let me know. What you watching an anime? You playing any video games? Like, what's going on with you? We're going to work on the shoulders, which we can build at the same time here, apparently. So we'll work on the shoulders of this kit. We're make good progress here. Oh yeah, the hair, the head. You know, I've got to build all the hair. That's the last thing we're building. Apparently, is all the hair, and then this does come with a stand. It comes with its own stand. It comes with its own clear stand. While I wait for that, I'll say I did run. As I said, a friend of mine was running a Fiasco game, and so I did play through that, and that was very fun. Was very psyched about playing that with them. That was just a cool, chill time. I'm prepping for both my birthday subathon stream and also Plastic Model Weekender, trying to get all that stuff done and together. I think I have enough kits for that stream. I'm still like putting all my trying to get all my ducks in a row with that. So let's see. I need A19, A21, and then C10. Okay. A19, A21, C10. 21. Yeah, Hearthstone, playing that. You know, we got a new season coming out, our new card pack coming out in July, so that changes things up a bit. But I am still just really enjoying the decks I have now. There's still a few that I'm really liking the silliness of. I'm having some fun with those. Let's see. Is there anything else I can tell you that I have been doing? I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else. Like I said, a lot of prep work. I have downloaded some new CPUs to fight each other in 2K25, so I've gotten that together. I have to record all those. I'm going to be recording that a couple at a time tomorrow. I'm trying to knock out a bunch of those tomorrow, and then also probably some on Monday or Tuesday to try to get that done. Because that is an important thing to get done there, is to get all those recorded, because I do want to do those. I don't want to run those matches live, so I got to get those recorded and make sure they all work. Because the game has crashed on me by freezing my computer when I streamed it before. Both times I've streamed that game. So that's not good, and I can't deal with that. So I've been getting that stuff ready, just trying to get that stream together, practicing my karaoke songs, or sing-along songs, I should say, because I am going to be singing a couple songs in that, so I have to get that together and ready to go, because I want to be prepared for the singing. I want to do the singing properly and nail it and feel good about that. So I got to practice all that. So this goes like this. Is this actually C21 or A21? Did I pull the wrong piece out? That is A19 and A21. Yeah, this is not that. This is the wrong piece, A17. I pulled out the wrong piece, folks. I was like, this does not feel right. That's because it wasn't the right piece. I'll read what y'all been writing. Dirty says, hey, Dirty, finally decided to go ahead with a computer refresh after 8 years. So now I'm playing through the list of games that didn't run well on my Steam Deck. Nice. Also trying to decide which double feature to watch tomorrow. Volcano Dante's Peak or Deep Impact Armageddon. So I will say that Deep Impact is a movie that I would like to see again, because I enjoyed watching that, but I did not like the movie Armageddon. So I would not want to see that again. On the other side of things and things, I will say that I think both Volcano and Dante's Peak are fine. I would not describe either movie as particularly great, but I think both movies are totally fine. So if I was going to pick one of those, I would pick Volcano Dante's Peak, because I don't think Armageddon is worth watching That's just my opinion, and you got your opinion. But good luck with your double feature. Your double trouble double feature tomorrow. I hope it goes well. Lord Crashington says, I've been playing more Steam demos. Morsels is a fun, chaotic roguelike from the artist that did the art for Nidhogg 2 that has elements of Nuclear Throne, Binding of Isaac, and Spelunky. That's Morsels. That sounds pretty neat. That does sound like a game that you could sink your teeth into. So that sounds fun. Consume Me is a fun and silly game about a dark topic of teenage girl getting an eating disorder. I've heard very good things about Consume Me. Yeah. Mio Memories of Orbit is a fun Metroid game about fighting robots in a failed robot society. Have not heard of that one. That does sound fun. Dirty says Dante's Peak has Betty White and Volcano has the line told by the little white kid at the end where he points out that everyone looks the same. Oh, that's fucking right. God, Dirty, you're right. Volcano has the fucking aren't we all the same? We all, yeah, that fucking like under the soot of a volcano. Why would anyone be racists? Yeah, I fucking forgot about that shit. But yeah, Dante's Peak I remember being pretty fucking fun. That's a pretty fucking fun movie, but I don't know about the other one. I don't know, man. Yikes. I just know that I don't think that I don't think Armageddon is a good. I don't think Armageddon is even a good bad movie. I think it's a bad movie. I think it's just like a not fun, not worth your time movie. That's just my opinion, but good luck on it. Lashbrook says, still been watching through Friday the 13th series. Got to Jason Lives today. My favorite of the series. Yeah. Been slowing down on Mario Kart World and have been playing Echoes of Wisdom a bit. Hell yeah. Enjoy your souped up Zelda. I hope your souped up Zelda is real good and you're having a good time with it. That's awesome. We have just about finished an ARM. There's not much panel lining to do on this. There'll be a little bit that I can do, and I'll do a little bit of panel lining when we start our stream on Monday. But right now, I'm just going to get the hand I need, which is A5. We made a ton of progress on this kit. I don't think I'm going to finish this on Monday, but I'm going to get close to finishing this on Monday. That's my feeling anyway. We got to panel line the hand here. It's nice. I don't feel rushed here on a Saturday because Collision isn't going to happen tonight. The replay of Collision, which I normally watch on the stream, AW Collision, because it happened on fucking Wednesday. And then I'm led to believe, I don't know this for sure, I'm led to believe that next week's Dynamite is 2.5 hours. I'm led to believe that. I have yet to see confirmation on that one, but I believe that's a 2.5 hour show. So yikes. I still can't fucking believe that Wednesday had a goddamn overrun. They had 4 hours and they went over 4 hours. That's too much. Come on. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight's stream. I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you had a good time. I had a lot of fun. We are going to end things with a raid. That is how we end every stream around here. We're going to go find someone doing cool stuff. I saw a graphic I saw on the 4 million pesos 4-way. It's on the graphics as Lashbrook. Okay, I got to look at that. Thank you for telling me. I got to confirm that. Anyway, we end with the raid because it's cool to end with a raid. It's fun to do that. Actually, let's see. Ooh, we might go to this person if they have been raiding. How long have they been going? Let me load. Why can't I load this? We're going to raid a professional wrestler who will not be on TV tonight because there's no Collision. So they're streaming because they're not competing. They've only been going for an hour. We're going to raid the very lovely Speedball Mike Bailey, who's been streaming for only an hour. I don't think we've ever raided Speedball before, so we're going to go give him a Speedball raid. Come along with me. Speedball Mike Bailey is just a lovely person, a wonderful wrestler, but a great human being. They use both he, him, and they, them pronouns. So I'm using they, but also he, him is fine. But Mike rules, and it is be very cool. I'm so proud of Mike. I'm so happy for Mike to be in the position that they are in AEW. And so we'll go give them a raid, and then I'll be back on Monday working on this cute ass model kit. I'll see you then. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.